Roadhouse, the new remake done by Amazon. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I just finished watching on Amazon Prime Roadhouse, the new remake that is starring Jake Gyllenhaal as Dalton. Now, I haven't seen the original, so say what you want. I'm probably going to go back and watch the original now after watching this one just to see what the difference is. So I don't know. I had no idea. But look, I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought the trailers were great. I would have loved to see this movie in theaters, but you know, we know the drama that's going on there. I'm not going to get into that drama. That's between them. But let's talk about the movie itself. Now, this movie has a lot of crazy stuff that happens in it. That is, let's just say, it doesn't jump the shark, but it gets to a point where you're kind of like, okay, that's a bit extreme. That's okay. But you know what? This is a fun time. This is a fun time to watch, man. The amount of times that I was laughing and having a great time in this movie was endless. Like, let's just be real. It was endless. I was cracking up, man. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was fantastic in this film. I mean, he's fantastic in everything. It's just this, you know, you can't even say that he does anything bad because he's always good in everything he does. But I really enjoyed his performance and the character of Dalton himself. A person that has this thing inside of them that when they're pushed to the complete and utter end of their limit, that they then go over the line and they are willing to put not just a beat down on, but bury you in the ground, basically. Now, his character, what I love about it is how confident he is all the time and how cocky he is. So there's moments where he's standing there and he is just shit talking. These people just shit talking. Like, tell him, like the first instance you see him with the bikers, that first fight that happens, hilarious because of just the sheer manner in which way he talks to them and how he talks down to them in a playful way, knowing that he's about to beat their asses like they've never been beaten before. So I love that about the character and the transition that he's having with what happened in his past to now coming to terms with today and how he's dealing with that trauma. So that was all great. Really, really enjoyed it. That character, loved it. Conor McGregor, let's be real, I was a bit concerned with Conor McGregor going into this film because, look, we've seen it. Ronda Rousey come from the UFC and try to act, and she's not very good at it. We've seen that. So there was a bit of an element to me thinking, is Conor McGregor going to do the same? Is he going to come in and just water this down and take away from this film? But I'll tell you what they did really, really well is they picked the strengths of what Conor McGregor is when it comes to the acting and stuff like that. And what I love is they didn't tell Conor to not be who he is. So basically, this is like a Conor McGregor, but dialed up, obviously. This feels like they went, hey, Conor, we want you to come in and play Conor McGregor, but dial it up a bit. Just make yourself even more extreme. And that's what I feel like we got. I never think you could do that, but apparently you can. And while they don't give him like this deep dialogue and backstory or anything like that, but you don't need that. So I thought the way that they utilized his strength, which is obviously his hand-to-hand combat, his UFC ability, his shit-talking ability, and that smug look that he gives you when he's laughing at you. And I thought the presence of himself was enough to make you go, okay, this is a guy that just doesn't die. He just always there. He's going to be a problem for our main character. So I thought they did that really, really well with that character. And at one point, I thought they were going to give this character this really, really cheap death because there's something happens in this movie involving something that happens with a croc. And I thought they were going to do something like that with this guy. And I was going to be like, that's one of the most underwhelming things you could do. But they didn't do that. So I'm glad they didn't do that. The croc stuff, man, that scene was insane. Absolutely insane. Loved it. I love the whole idea. Look, the villains are generic. Let's be real. The villains are generic here. It's a story we've seen so many times Business people, oh, what do you want? I want to tear down this little community. Why? Because I want to build a big resort. I want to build my empire here. It's generic. We've seen it before. But look, in this movie, it works because it's just, you don't need a deep story. It's about a guy that's going to beat up people. Like, let's be real. That's what this movie's about. We want to see Jake Gyllenhaal beat people up. That's what they give you. And yes, is there moments where people are jumping on boats exploding, boats crashing in, people getting flung off boats, getting up and walking? Yes, that all happens. And yes, it is bonkers crazy where you're sitting there like, that wouldn't happen. You'd be dead or you'd be very severely injured. But hey, you just kind of gotta turn your brain off for a minute and accept it for what it is. This is what it is. It's this fun, crazy adventure of a guy that's going to beat up people and stuff like that. Don't think too much. Don't take it too seriously. It has enough of a grounding to make you feel like, okay, I understand. This makes sense. And then it has those little moments where it's like things explode, people get thrown to bits, and then you're kind of scratching your head like, they would have died. But I just didn't take it too seriously. The fight sequences were great. The Conor McGregor fight, the first Conor McGregor fight with Jake Gyllenhaal, I liked as well. But the second one was really good. Oh man, to me, that was the fight of the movie, and I enjoyed it so much. This actually felt like they had beef. And what I love is the smart ass Conor McGregor knocks that character, who is unkillable at this point. Like, this guy's just surviving constantly. His cockiness and arrogance while he's fighting him, and then the throwback to what happened in the UFC to here, and the switch that switches in a character. Fantastic. I love the Metallica soundtrack as well. Love that. That was just, music to my ears, man, when I heard that. That was just like, oh, yes. But look, man, I thought cinematography was great. The location was gorgeous. Some of the shots were fantastic. That's why I wanted to see it on the big screen. Some of the comedy landed as well. Some of it didn't quite land at times. But overall, man, it's a fun time. I'm gonna sit there. It's on streaming, so you might as well sit down and watch it. If you like the first one, you're probably gonna like this one. I don't know, I haven't seen that, but I'm just gonna say if you like the first one, you're probably gonna like this because it's probably similar to that. But yeah, it's a fun time. And there's one character in here that I absolutely love that's part of the bike gang as well. And he was hilarious. And I love that character. And he was the comedic relief that you need when things got serious. But it's brutal, it's violent, it's fun. Yeah, Roadhouse, give it a shot. So let me know what you guys thought of the movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.